Today we're talking about a story that's been making waves in the media. It involves Michael Cohen, this guy right here, Donald Trump's Mr. Fix-It, former lawyer, and his recent appearances on MSNBC. You might be wondering, what's the big deal? Well, let's just say it involves some surprising requests and some eye-raising comparisons.
Yeah, I put in the application for a presidential pardon. Joe Biden has the same responsibility to me that he had to his own son.
Let's start with a quick refresher of who Michael Cohen is. He was once Donald Trump's personal lawyer and self-proclaimed, quote, fixer. Cohen was known for his unwavering loyalty to Trump, but things took a turn a few years ago. He found himself at odds with the former president and even testified against him. Now Cohen's been one of Trump's most vocal critics. This brings up his recent appearance on MSNBC. It was during a weekend show, and boy, did he drop a bombshell. Cohen made a public plea to President Joe Biden. What was he asking for? A presidential pardon. Yes, you heard that right, a pardon. Now, you might be thinking, wait, what? Why does he need a pardon? Well, Cohen has had his fair share of legal troubles. He served time in prison for various crimes, including tax evasion and campaign finance violations. These were related to his work with Donald Trump. But here's where things get really interesting. Cohen didn't just ask for a pardon. He made a bold comparison. He claimed he was entitled to a pardon, as was Hunter Biden. Watch this.
Joe Biden has the same responsibility to me that he had to his own son. And I would expect that the same exact pardon that he gave his son has to go to me and to anybody else that's on that enemies list, whether they want it or not.
Have you heard from the Biden administration? And I am struck by your comparing yourself and Hunter Biden. And I wonder if, well, I'm going to tell you, Michael Cohen, we're on national TV, we have a conversation. I don't necessarily think that's your best way to go get a pardon. I mean, Hunter Biden is the president's last surviving son. But your other point, why I do think is a strong one.
I'm somebody's son also, by the way.
Agreed. You are somebody's son. But, I mean, to be very clear, you're not the president's son.
Well, I think she made a couple pretty good points there. Let's break down why this comparison's raising eyebrows. See, Hunter Biden hasn't been charged with any crimes. He's under investigations, but that's very different than being convicted. Cohen, on the other hand, has already been convicted and served time. So equating his situation to Hunter Biden's is quite a stretch. And more importantly, you're not the president's son. Now let's talk about how this plea was received. Many viewers found Cohen's request in comparison troubling. His demeanor and tone during the interview were described as, quote, pathetic by some. People noted his voice, as usual, was completely annoying. It seemed Cohen's appearance didn't win any sympathy with people. This brings up an important point about public perception. Cohen has been trying to rebrand himself since turning against Trump. He's written books, given interviews, and been active on social media. But moments like this MSNBC appearance might be hurting his efforts. It's a reminder that rehabilitating one's image is not an easy task. Let's consider the larger context of Cohen's request. Presidential pardons are a hot topic, especially in the recent years. They're often controversial and can be seen as political moves. By publicly asking for a pardon, Cohen is putting President Biden in a very awkward position. It's unlikely that Biden would even consider such a request. We should also talk about the timing of Cohen's plea. You see, it comes as legal pressures are mounting once again against Donald Trump right before taking office. Cohen has been a key witness in several investigations involving the former president, but most importantly, some might see his pardon request as an attempt to stay relevant in the news cycle. Others might view it as a desperate move by someone feeling the heat of ongoing legal battles and of President Trump, who is out to get him back. At least that's what he's alleging. Now let's address the reaction to Cohen's appearance. The phrase "made your skin crawl" was used to describe how some felt watching this clip. The strong reaction shows how polarizing Cohen remains as a public figure, and it's a reminder of the complex emotions surrounding those associated with the Trump administration, and more importantly, with all that went down to try and prosecute him. We should also consider the media's role in this. By giving Cohen a platform, MSNBC is keeping him in the public eye, and this raises questions about the responsibility of the news outlets. But we all know how MSNBC is doing. Looking at the bigger picture, this incident highlights ongoing political divisions. Cohen's attempts to equate himself with Hunter Biden taps into partisan tensions, and it shows how figures from different political camps are often held to different standards. This disparity in treatment is a major point of contention in current political discourse. And there you have it, folks, the lowdown on Michael Cohen's latest headline-grabbing moment. What do you think about his pardon request? Was it a smart move or a desperate plea? Drop your thoughts in the comment. If you find this breakdown helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, we'll be back with more analysis on everything that is stupidity in this world.